Well, the 90s managed to get a little bit of a redemption with the slashers and what have you, thanks to Scream. And well, managed to try and do it with a few others, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, An Urban Legend, and this film. Let us talk about Halloween H20 20 years later. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you another re-review of the Halloween franchise. I'm deciding to do these in no particular order and what have you. Just doing this by the original storylines and going to others later on down the road. So today I'm going to re-review the 1998 sequel to the original Halloween H20 20 years later, which was released by Dimension Films, directed by Steve Miner, who of course directed Friday the 13th Parts 2 and 3, as well as House and the underrated Disney drama Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. Now, if you haven't seen my re-reviews for the first two Halloween movies, click on that card. It'll take you to the Halloween redo reviews and what have you, and I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Sorry for the moment of silence, everyone. Just give everybody enough time to do this and what have you. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I gotta do something. Sorry, everyone. I needed to turn my TV off. I didn't want it to go off automatically while I have it on AV because I was going to watch one of my movies before I go to bed. Anyway, back to Halloween H20. The film stars Jamie Lee Curtis back as Laurie Strode, along with Adam Arkin, Michelle Williams, and Josh Hartnett in his first film. Of course, later on that same year, he would be in another Dimension Films title, and that would be The Faculty, which I have yet to review that. I will sooner or later. This is the 7th overall installment of the Halloween franchise, while not making reference to the Jamie Lloyd story arc of the previous 3 films. This is a direct sequel to the first 2 films and follows a post-traumatic Laurie Strode, who has faked her death in order to go into hiding from her brother Michael Myers, who finds her working at a private boarding school in California. While the film did get mixed to positive reviews, many consider it to be the best sequel in the series at the time, but, well, you probably know what that would mean. Anyway, on October 29th, 1998, Michael Myers burglarizes Dr. Sam Loomis's retirement house in Langdon, Illinois. Loomis's former colleague, Marion Chambers, who took care of Dr. Loomis until he died. Yes, this was dedicated in memory of Donald Pleasance, who passed away, and Tom Kane did the voicing of Loomis's lines. Well, his voice was okay, but it wasn't great, though. She arrives and discovers that the file on Laurie Strode, who is presumed dead in an automobile accident, is missing. Michael murders her, along with her teenage neighbor Jimmy and his friend Tony, before leaving the house in Jimmy's car with Laurie's file. Pardon me, I'm sorry, everyone. Sorry about that. I just had a bad feeling inside me. I'll see it doesn't happen again. Anyway, in Summer Glen, California, Laurie, having faked her death to avoid Michael, lives under an assumed name, Carrie Tate. Having a career as the head mistress of Hillcrest Academy, a private boarding school, Laurie is also in relationship with Hillcrest guidance counselor Will Brennan. However, Laurie is far from happy as the tragic events from 1978 still haunt her. She lives in fear that Michael may return for her. While a woman and her daughter are at a rest stop, Michael steals their car. At the Academy campus, the students leave to attend a school trip to Yosemite, leaving only Laurie, Will, security guard Ronnie Jones, Laurie's son John, and his girlfriend Molly Cartwell, and their classmates Charlie Devereaux and his girlfriend Sarah Wainthrope, who are having a Halloween party in the school basement. Later that night, Lori reveals her true identity to Will and realizing that Michael has most likely returned to kill her upon realizing that John is the same age she was when the murders from 1978 happened. Michael, meanwhile, arrives with a stolen old panel truck at Hillcrest and kills Charlie and Sarah, which Sarah had the better death. Most of the kills weren't that great and what have you, because most of them were off screen. We only got to see the aftermath of what happened to most of them anyway. John and Molly are chased by Michael through the school grounds. Will and Lori save them both from Michael, and he and Lori come face to face for the first time in 20 years. Will accidentally shoots Ronnie, who had been patrolling the hallway, when he mistakes Ronnie's shadow for Michael, and Michael kills Will while Will and Lori are examining Ronnie's body. Alright, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, continue on after the 5 seconds are over with. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Lori manages to get John and Molly to safety, and realizing that she'll never be safe from Michael as long as he's alive, starts fighting Michael face to face. Lori stabs Michael numerous times and pushes him over a balcony. She prepares to stab him again, but Ronnie, who survived the shooting, convinces her to stop. The authorities arrive at the scene and load Michael into a coroner's van, but Lori, knowing that Michael is still alive, steals the van to kill him for good. Michael awakens and attacks Lori, who stops, causing Michael to fly through the windshield. Lori drives the van to Michael and she proceeds to drive off the road down a steep hill. Lori tumbles out and Michael is pinned between the van and a tree. Michael reaches out to Lori and they almost touch hands right before she decapitates him with a fire axe. End of story. So what did I think of Halloween H20 20 years later? Well, I gotta say, it's actually a guilty pleasure of mine. While, of course, like I've said, I did have some issues with the killings and what have you. I mean, while I appreciated them showing the aftermath, but I wish they could have done better by showing us what Michael was doing. And like I said, Sarah's death was the only good one we got to see and what have you. Anyway, the characters are mostly a hit or miss and what have you. Well, anyway, while I like Jamie Lee Curtis return as Laurie, she was good. And Arkin playing Will Brennan, he was okay. I liked Michelle Williams playing Molly and Josh Hartnett playing John. He was absolutely real good. As for the others, Sarah being played by Joey Lynn O'Keefe, who of course also appeared in She's All That, which of course was released by Dimension's big sister company, Miramax. Well, their former big sister, and was also a star on TV's Nash Bridges. And also, she'd go on to appear in several other movies, including Devil in the Flesh 2. Yeah. And of course, her death was the best one there. And Charlie Devereaux, to my surprise, was played by Bird. I didn't know who this was, but when I watched Dr. Wolfila's review of this not so long ago this month, I found out that's the guy who played the young Alan Parrish in Jumanji. And I found out he's also the guy who played Lil Man Tate as well. Yeah, I didn't even know it was him. He grown a bit since Jumanji. Tell you what. LL Cool J in one of his early films playing Ronnie, he was okay. Well, but at least I'd rather watch him than seeing Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, which unfortunately came after this, destroying the ending for this movie. But I'm not talking about that movie. Not yet. Which I'm not going to do that one. Anyway, we also have Nancy Stevens back for a little bit as Marion Chambers. And let's see. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jimmy. Yeah. Let's see. We also have Jamie Lee Curtis's real-life mother, Janet Leigh, as another one of the workers at the boarding school, Hillcrest. Norma Watson, who, of course, most of y'all know Janet Leigh from the original Psycho, who played Marion Crane. Of course, this wasn't the first time she appeared in a movie with her own daughter. She also appeared with her in John Carpenter's The Fog in 1980, as a matter of fact. I know I should have reviewed that this month and I didn't get a chance to, but don't worry, I'm gonna make up for that, okay? Promise. But anyway, yeah, and Krista Rand plays Michael Myers, which he was still reasonable. But that's kind of another issue I've got with this. Not with the character of Michael Myers, it's the masks. Yeah, I have to agree with what I've heard in reviews from my people like Dr. Wolfula, and of course my friend Alan from Alan's Horror World. She recently re-reviewed all those and just did a recent review of Halloween Kills. I haven't seen all of them, but I'm gonna try to take my time, maybe. But maybe after Halloween I'll watch the rest, so bear with me. Anyway, later on after this, the FX network premiered an alternate version of the film, adding with and extending footage not seen in the actual film release. It has yet to be released anywhere else, but you can find the deleted scenes on YouTube, and I think that's there, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the film got mixed to positive response and what have you since it came out. It went on It went on to become the highest grossing film of the franchise. It went on to make 75 million worldwide and became the highest grossing film of the franchise until the more recent Halloween 2018 came out and surpassed it. Anyway, yeah. It has been released on physical media, of course, and it's also been in various collections and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. Also, is I liked the score from John Ottman. I mean John Ottman. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah, but we don't get to hear much from him because they added stuff from Marco Beltrami, who recently did scores for the Scream movies, which you could see a little bit of the second film, which came out the previous year. Yeah, that's kind of a slight downside and what have you. Well, but getting ahead of myself. Let me get back to the masks. Yeah, the masks. I think they did a terrible job from going from one mask to the other. One looks okay. One looks yeah. It looks like a little creepy. You can see Michael's eyes through there, through the holes in the mask. Like, yeah, that's too creep. That's kind of creepy. And then there's one that looks like they took it from like I don't know, like a 32-bit game or video game or something like that, like the PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Yeah, that was from when Charlie's death was about to occur. Yeah. Now, however, I did like the atmosphere, though. I mean, I liked it being set in a different place away from Haddonfield or anywhere in Illinois. I mean, Haddonfield was just a fictional town. I like the atmosphere. I do like the college thing. I do like the sayings in the basement and a little bit of the kitchen and what have you, and the dumbwaiter. Yeah, going from one kitchen spot to another. Yeah, that kind of reminded me of some things, but I can't really remember though. But it was still cool though. But anyway, for overall, with a mixed to good cast, a reasonable story, but terrible multiple choice of match which mostly were terrible. reasonable score and everything. This is just a mixed bag. So in the end, would I recommend Halloween H20 20 years later? Well, I'd say maybe give it a one-time watch. And if you're not satisfied with it, then don't bother with it again. But however, I'd say I'd still recommend you watch this over Halloween Resurrection. Stay away from Halloween Resurrection unless you're a hardcore completionist. Oh, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. And of course, I should mention, and if I want to see LL Cool J act, I'll probably watch him in Deep Blue Sea, which came out the following year. But hey, like I said, he's alright in this. Not great though. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Halloween H20? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Let's hope for the best this will do better than my original review, because my original review of this only got a mere 1 view. That will definitely change. I know it will. Alright, join me next time when I bring to you my Halloween Spooktacular live stream where I'll be watching Halloween with the New Addams Family from 1977 and Hocus Pocus. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider check out these other films I've recently reviewed. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of my re-review of the original Child's Play. The upper right-hand corner is my review of a pretty underrated 70s horror flick where I don't really spoil anything much, that being Equinox, which I did for my friend and fellow YouTuber Blade Obsession, or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my my back-to-back review for a couple of the films I just mentioned that Steve Meyer did. That being Friday the 13th Part 2 and Part 3, which I did back-to-back. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.